Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will solve a numerical on Otto cycle. So here is the question. An engine working on Otto cycle is supplied with air at 0.1 megapascal and 35 degrees Celsius. The compression ratio is 8. Heat supplied is 2100 kilojoule per kg. Calculate the maximum pressure and temperature of the cycle efficiency and the mean effective pressure. So to solve this numerical, first step we have to consider to draw the coordinate diagram of the given cycle. So the given cycle is Otto cycle. So we have to draw the coordinate diagram, that is PV and TS diagram for the Otto cycle. Now according to this PV and TS diagram, we have to write down the data given in the question. So the first data that is given in the question, that is the air is supplied at 0.1 megapascal. So the initial point for this cycle is the state 1. This is supplied at this point. So having pressure 0.1 megapascal and temperature 35 degrees Celsius. So we consider here as P1 equal to 0.1 megapascal, that is equal to 100 kilopascal, and temperature T1 equal to 35 degrees Celsius, that is equal to 35 plus 273 equal to 308 Kelvin. So the next data that is given in the question, that is compression ratio, is 8. So compression ratio, that we understood that the ratio in which we consider the maximum volume by minimum volume. So that is expressed in terms of RK, that is equal to 8 equal to maximum volume, that is for the compression process 1 to 2. So this is maximum volume V1 by V2. Next data that is given in the question, heat supplied is 2100 kilojoule per kg. So that is Q1. So this is during the process 2 to 3. So Q1 is equal to 2100 kilojoule per kg. Next, what we have to find in the question? So that is maximum pressure and temperature of the cycle. So from the PV and TS diagram, it is clearly visible that for state 3, the pressure is maximum and temperature is maximum. So we have to find out here P3 and T3. Next, we have to find out the cycle efficiency, and the last we have to find out the mean effective pressure, that is MEP. So as in this question, the value of RK is directly given, that is RK equal to 8, and we already know the efficiency, the expression of efficiency for the case of Otto cycle, that is 1 minus 1 by RK to the power gamma minus 1. So value of RK is given as 8 and the value of gamma. So there are some standard values for air, that is gamma equal to 1.4, Cp specific heat at constant pressure is equal to 1.005 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Cv specific heat at constant volume is equal to 0.718 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. R, capital R, is equal to 0.287 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So these are some standard values for the air, so which we have to consider while we solve the numerical. So if it is not given, if these values are not given in the question, so we have to use these standard values, right? So we substitute the value of gamma here to be 1.4, and after solving this we get the value 0.565, and efficiency is expressed in terms of percentage, so multiply 100 here and we get the final value, that is 56.5%. So next we have to calculate the maximum pressure and temperature. So see here, for this air standard cycle, these states are interlinked with each other. So this state 3 is linked to the state 2 and the state 4. So to calculate the pressure and temperature, or you can say the properties of this state, it means we have to use the properties of either the state 2 or the state 4, right? So here it is convenient that we should use the properties of state 2. So the properties of state 2, is it given in the question? No, it is not given. But the properties of state 1 is given in the question. So if the properties of state 1 is given, so we can easily calculate the properties of state 2, right? Then if we get the properties of state 2, we can easily calculate the properties of state 3. So it means simply we can say that we have to find out the properties, or we should know the properties of individual states. So the properties of state 1 is known to us, that is pressure and temperature, but volume it is not known, but we can find out by using the compression ratio, that is Rk equal to 8 is equal to V1 by V2. So this state 1 is in process 1 to 2 and this state 2 is also in process 1 to 2. So here we consider the process 1 to 2 to get the properties of that state 2, right? So see, here we consider the process 1 to 2. So as we consider process 1 to 2, so for this, here we first calculate the volume of state 1, because for state 1 we have the value of P1 and T1, but we don't have the value of V1. So first we go for the calculation of, that is V1. So for that we know that ideal gas equation, that is P1 V1 equal to RT1, and this is the equation which we can use for any process, for any state. So here we consider that V1 is equal to RT1 by P1. The value of R, that we use the standard value, that is 0.287 kilojoule per kg Kelvin, and T1 it is given in the question, that is 308 Kelvin, and P1 is 100 kilopascal. So after substituting all these values, we get the value of V1 to be 0.884 meter cube per kg. So see, here we consider per kg. So this is specific volume of state 1. See, now we have to calculate V2. So we get the value of V1 for state 1. So similarly we can consider the properties of state 2. So first we calculate from the volume. So as we get the value of V1, so we can get the value of V2, because we have the relation, that is Rk equal to V1 by V2. Rk is given, V1, we calculate the value of V1, that is 0.884. So we can get the value of V2. So substitute this value here in V1 by V2 is equal to 8. So V2 equal to V1 by 8. V1 is 0.884 by 8, that is 0.11 meter cube per kg. So next we consider the relation for the adiabatic process. So this 1 to 2 is the adiabatic process. So as this is the adiabatic process, so we use the relation that TV to the power gamma minus 1 equal to constant. So that relation can be considered for the process 1 to 2 as T1 V1 to the power gamma minus 1 equal to T2 V2 to the power gamma minus 1. So we have the value of T1. We calculate the value of V1 and V2. So by substituting all the values, we get the value of T2, right? So T2 equal to 308 and V1 by V2 is Rk. So V1 by V2 in place of Rk we substitute, that is 8, and the value of gamma is 1.4 minus 1. So finally we get the value of T2 to be 707.4 Kelvin. Next, so see, for state 2 we have the volume and temperature. Next we go for the pressure. So for pressure we have the relation PV to the power gamma equal to constant. PV to the power gamma equal to constant. So P1 V1 to the power gamma equal to P2 V2 to the power gamma. So see, here we consider P2 equal to P1 into V1 by V2, V1 by V2 to to the power gamma. And V1 by V2 is what? That is Rk, that is 8. And P1 that is given in the question, that is 100. 100 into 8 to the power 1.4. So after solving this, we get the value of P2 to be 1837.92 kilopascal. So next we have to calculate the properties of state 3. So if we calculate the properties of state 3, we can get the maximum pressure and temperature, right? So for state 3, to calculate the properties of state 3, we have to use the process 2 to 3. So we consider here process 2 to 3. So for process 2 to 3, we have the properties of state 2 that we calculate right now. So we have to calculate the properties of state 3. So for that, we use the relation PV by T equal to constant, right? So we consider P2 V2 by T2 equal to P3 V3 by T3. V2 V3 cancels each other because this is the constant volume process. So V2 is equal to V3. So as V2 equal to V3, so we get the relation P2 by T2 equal to P3 by T3. So we get the P2 by T2 equal to P3 by T3, right? So see, here we get the relation, but P3, T3 both are the unknown which we have to calculate according to this question. So we leave this equation here as it is, and then we consider the value of Q1 which is given in the question. The heat supplied is 2100 kilojoule per kg. So Q1 is considered to be MCV del T, but according to the question, the expression of Q1 is given as 2100 kilojoule per kg. So the mass is per unit. So that's why here in the expression of Q1, we are not considering M because M is 1 kg. So Q1 equal to CV, that is del T, T3 minus T2. So the value of T2 that already we calculate. So after substituting all the values here, because the CV value is the standard value that we consider here 0.718, the value of Q1 is given in the question. So the only unknown term is T3. So solving this, we get the value of T3 to be 3632.19 Kelvin. So see, we get the value of temperature, that is for state 3. So we can substitute this value here, that is in P2 by T2 equal to P3 by T3. So we have P2, T2 and T3. So after substituting the value of T3 here, we get the value of, that is P3. So here you see, we substitute all the values here and we get the value of P3 to be 9436.92 kilopascal. So next we have to find out the mean effective pressure. So mean effective pressure is what? W net by V1 minus V2, right? So already we calculate the value of V1 and V2 during the process 1 to 2. So we have the value of V1 and V2. Now we have to calculate the value of W net. So see, the efficiency, the general expression of efficiency for the case of a heat engine, that is equal to 1 minus Q2 by Q1. So this Q1 minus Q2 by Q1 is equal to W net. Q1 minus Q2 is considered to be W net. So we can say the efficiency is equal to W net by Q1. So W net is equal to efficiency into Q1. Efficiency value that we calculate 0.565. Q1 is given in the question, that is 2100. So by solving this, we get the value of W net to be 1186.5. So mean effective pressure is equal to W net by V1 minus V2. So we have V1 and V2 value, we have W net value. So by substituting these values here, we get the value of mean effective pressure to be 1532.95 kilopascal. Thank you.